So I get this cheeseburger because I need it to, you know, soak up some fun.
Dude, that's like the best, actually. Soak up some fun.
That's the episode name. Soak up some fun,
brother.
Soak up some fun.
Wanna soak up some fun. Wanna tell everyone. Anyway.
The Shug, Shane Hollister. Logan, Ineichen. Lyndon Ehlers. Wrastlin with music and life for life.
All right, man. It's episode 5. We don't know what the shit is about to do. I'm Logan Ineichen, once again, obviously, and this is Wrestling with Music and Life. So I guess briefly we should say, obviously, Scott Hall passed away, and for me, that guy was influential as hell. I wasn't even a pro wrestler, so I can only imagine what you feel. Now, the impact he had on me was definitely to appreciate the heel, brother, which is the bad guy. From people that are not pro wrestling fans, the bad guy is called the heel. And one of the famous lines that he said, Shug, could you say it?
You mean like, all right, so the one I'm thinking of is when he got inducted to the WB Hall of Fame, which
Not, but
that's not one the one I'm thinking of, though.
I'm just saying he said it better when he was wrestling, which is somebody's got to be the bad guy.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
And that was just it was exactly what needed to be said at that time. Now,
do you know why? Do you know where his character developed from, though?
Oh, no.
Dude, blatantly stolen from Scarface.
Yeah,
Think about the scene where Al Pacino is like, "Yeah, look at me, I'm the bad guy."
As soon as he said that, I was like, duh.
Yeah. That sounds like a variation of the line.
But like, no,
I mean, he literally had the walk down. He had the talk down. He was Scarface, and I believe that's originally it's Razor Ramon we're talking about, not Scott Hall.
Right.
His character Razor Ramon, which was in the WWF at the time,
called himself the bad guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, Scott Hall was probably the one guy that I went to as if he's about to say something like it's going to be like probably real, because his character, especially in WCW, it literally borderline was real because he was like a drunk at one point, which he was in real life, and he was doing he was getting shit plowed.
Yeah, sometimes,
but it was probably somewhat of a work, I think.
Right, I think
work just means that he's hamming it up for the camera a little bit. But anyway, I guess speak to a little bit of Scott Hall.
Scott Hall, man, like him and Shawn Michaels revolutionized the business realistically with like the first WWE ladder match in WrestleMania 10, which watching that to this day can still hold up for a lot of parts. Like, and they just tore it up, dude. It was so good. Just two of the best guys in the fucking business at the time. Like, hey, follow that, motherfucker. We're not the main event. Follow that. Try. And they fucking tore it up, dude. And like they did it twice. And the second one, I think, was at a Royal Rumble or a SummerSlam the second time. But the first time was WrestleMania 10, and the whole gimmick was that Shawn Michaels had fucking got fired,
right? And
then Vince asked for him to send the belt back, and this is shoot. Shawn was like, "No, I'm not sending the fucking belt back." And like Razor becomes the Intercontinental Champion, Shawn comes back with his belt. He's like, "No, I never lost my belt."
And again, a shoot means real.
Yeah.
Like, he's not supposed to go against his boss at that moment. Right. So if we say shoot, that means real. Like, if somebody really fought somebody and actually punched them or something, it's a shoot.
Yeah. Besides that stuff that Razor or Scott did in WWE or WWF at the time, they broke grounds with, like, a lot of certain things, like the Click and, like, that stuff. You guys, if you want to research it, you can. But Scott coming over to WCW and being so marked as a WWF wrestler, when he came in and he walked up to Bischoff and goes, "You want war? We'll bring you war." And I'm starting to, like, as a fan, you're like, dude, is he still working for WWF? Like coming over to WCW, like really to start a brand war? I was like, as a kid, it just seemed so real and so fucking awesome and different.
It felt real because it was real.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're getting at is like he just knew how to like blur the lines, I guess is the best way to say it, of what is real and what is not. And he just knew that if you are yourself, again, this goes with music so well. If you are yourself turned up to 11, guess what? You're literally going to make money.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. And he was himself in WCW primarily.
Oh, yeah.
He was himself turned up to 11. But, you know, and again, we know that, like, gotta acknowledge he had his problems.
Yeah.
As do we all.
But you know where they all stem from, right? Did you ever watch Scott Hall's story?
His back, if I had to guess.
No.
No.
It's way deeper. Before he was in pro wrestling, this shit'll even blow like a person like Lyndon's mind that how before Scott was ever a pro wrestler, he's always a big dude. He's walking around like, I don't know how tall Scott Hall was. What, like 6'6"?
Yeah.
He's a big fucking dude. Okay, so he was bouncing a strip club, started seeing a woman, and her ex showed up with a gun, and they were outside fighting over the gun, and he ended up blowing the back of that guy's head off in self-defense, and he had to live with that for the rest of his life.
It was like Con Air.
Yeah,
It was like
kind of like, but
they
like.
should just remake Con Air with wrestlers.
But right. And then Scott Hall found his, like somebody approached him and was like, "Hey man, you're a big dude. You ever thought about being a pro wrestler?" And like he caught on relatively quick. Obviously, being on the road with a guy like Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, like you wouldn't know, but like dude was so like he's just one of those, just like amazing in the ring, just technically sound, just fucking perfect. Like so, like Scott learned quick and like caught on fast, and with how fucking big he was, like dude, he was over as fuck. All right, again coming into WCW. With all the darkness and stuff that he's been through, like being in the business, like was the only thing that kind of like, it seemed like it was like one of the things that was helping him get over this shit. But like, again, we all sleep alone. We all go home alone, and then you still left with your fucking dark thoughts. He said, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. And it was so fucking cool, dude. And I was like, I'm watching as a kid because I watched a lot of WCW, but I watched WWF too. But like him being there was fucking cool, man. Like it was so cool and so different. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan basically changed the face of fucking pro wrestling with the New World Order. Like just changed everything, changed the game. They started doing a lot more like realistic shit. Like it just seemed more shoot sometimes with the stuff they would say and make fun of people and do. Like I can't say enough about Scott Hall. Like he just was amazing. He was amazing for the business, and he's gonna be sorely missed. And what fucking sucks is he switched his whole fucking life around and like was healthy, and then like went in for fucking hip surgery and had 3 massive heart attacks during his surgery, dude. Like if you ever watched the DDP documentary. DDP basically saved Jake the Snake Roberts' life, and then in turn ended up saving Scott Hall's life. Scott was at the point where he couldn't even get out of a fucking wheelchair, man. Like he literally couldn't walk. Like, and then him being inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, he was clean, sober, he looked fucking great for an older man. You know what I mean? Like he was like looked healthy, and like was healthy, sober. You switch your whole fucking life around, you go in for hip surgery and then just have fucking 3 massive heart attacks, dude. Sucks, but...
So you never know when you're going to go.
Exactly.
Limp Bizkit lyric.
It is.
The only lyric I'll ever use.
For some reason.
Yeah, he's leaving. Now, I just want to raise a glass to that. We talked about this, and I have to... Hold on. I have to explain what we're drinking. Now, Lyndon might have already smashed his. Damn.
Yeah, because I got here a fucking hour ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, he did.
So, I've been here for an hour, and I finished my drinks already.
He did.
Well,
Hey, either way,
one?
I'll raise.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, the point is, I was raising a glass of whatever we have, just because, like, straight up, you never know when you're going to go, man.
That's right.
And I just appreciate doing this with you guys.
Hey,
even
not
though
only
it's the
that-
5th episode, so
I'm going to quote...
Is it 5?
yeah,
It's
4 for me.
fuck yeah,
I'm going to quote Scott Hall.
do it.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Hell yeah. And on that note, man, straight up, let's change the subject because it's depressing.
It can be very, very sad.
Brother. You guys actually got some cool stuff happening this weekend. We'll start with Lynn's. How
you had
fun was Wildwood?
It's a pretty cool venue, actually. It's the coolest venue that's been in Iowa City, which to anybody that doesn't live in Iowa, doesn't know what that means. But there were some pretty decent venues in Iowa City for a while, and they just didn't really do anything, and then they disappear, and Wildwood's fucking murdering. Went and seen Vitriol, and I'm trying to remember everybody's Skeletal Remains and Defeated Sanity. Our friends Xenospawn opened up. Dan, who's in Pit Lord with me, opened that show. Or no, they didn't open. Another band from Marshalltown, I think, opened. I don't fucking remember.
Okay,
Metal band or like a
no, they were a
band?
metal band. I don't remember. I cannot remember what they're called. But and then who else was on there? A band called Splattered, which I think is the guitar player from Defeated Sanity.
Oh, okay.
It was just wild, crazy technical death metal all night.
Oh,
nice.
And
Fucking
holy
awesome.
shit! And I bought the sweet Vitriol shirt.
Oh, hell yeah. Put that shit over. There you go.
I gotta watch that video of them. You said they're pretty.
Yeah,
damn
I mean,
badass.
just listen to them.
Well, I have listened to Vitriol.
I don't think you have.
Yes, I have.
You know how many
Now,
times you
that
told
was-
me you've listened to something and you actually hadn't, and it was like a completely different band?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
no, that's just that's just bad memory because what we listen to can
Yes,
be.
that's what I'm chalking it up to
Yeah.
bad memory.
Well, either way, I think most of Vitriol, I've listened to when on Spotify when I was working out. Skeletal Remains the same thing. It's not like I remember. I could sit here and tell you.
I feel like Skeletal Remains is probably a little easier to forget. Not that they aren't good because they're amazing, but they're
Funny story about that
You've kind
was-
of heard what they've done.
Lyndon
Vitriol's
gave me Skeletal Remains a long while back, and then you did. And then on Spotify, I screwed up and listened to Skeleton Witch, but I didn't screw up because Skeleton Witch was pretty badass.
Yeah, they're pretty cool too.
And then I go, wait. This isn't what he described that one night. So I look it up and I go, oh, Skeletal Remains. Anyway,
Yeah, they're really good.
badass.
It was great. It was pretty sure Wildwood's just it's just the way it's set up is just so fucking. I mean, because you wrestled there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's perfect. It's perfect for anything,
Dude, yeah, it really is.
Like, and the only thing I don't like is when we saw Leprous in Chicago at the Bottom Lounge, and they have that place is set up to where the ceiling meets at like the stage. The ceiling above the stage is the same height all across the venue. Right. And Wildwood is not. Wildwood is tall as fuck and super echoey. And I don't know if I like that so much, but you also get like a fucking balcony that goes all the way around the venue that you can watch from. And I was there with the girlfriend, and we hadn't eaten, until later, and so we eat halfway through the night.
Food's fucking good too.
Oh, barbecue place. So yeah. And watched most of the show from the balcony, and it was nice to just kind of chill. I ate a ton of edibles, and I was just fucking stoned, hard stoned. I think I gave one to Bob. Our friend Bob went.
Oh, okay.
Been to a show.
Bob was for a long time.
I was
Yeah.
reading on Facebook on
Bob
the way over.
Bob was just fucking. I gave him this 60 milligram fucking edible. And I didn't tell anybody how powerful they were, and I was just handing them out here you go. You guys will have fun.
He didn't do that.
Bob. I remember watching Bob just kind of veg out, watching everybody. I mean, Bob was watching. He's so stoked about playing drums again. I'm super happy because he's all sober and stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
Man, so good. And that place has so many good shows that have happened. I saw Sepultura there.
Nice.
Just
Ginger actually played there last year, I think. Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah.
I don't remember who with.
I don't either, but
It wouldn't have been a show that I would have went to, but
I saw the
would have
picture.
sounded amazing.
I saw the picture of them on stage, at the Wildwood, and I was like, dude, it's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's another. Oh, Origin is going to play there now.
Oh yeah, you were.
Have you
talking
seen
about
Origin
that on
yet?
Facebook. No. I've never
I'm
seen
telling
them.
you,
No, dude.
You catch the opportunity to fucking see Origin.
Okay.
It will change your fucking every time. The Origin is one of those bands. Every single fucking time I've seen them, which has been twice, has been a life changing experience. And I think it's just been by chance because of the things that have happened. The first time I was 17, I didn't know shit. I didn't know shit about shit.
Right.
You know, and you go see Origin. You've never heard them before, and they do what they do.
There was no Cortacedon in this story, right?
No.
Okay, good.
No, dude, no. Like when I was doing crap like that, I wasn't going to shows.
Okay.
I wasn't. It wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have.
That seems like a couch in it. You know.
Yeah, sitting in a basement, whatever. But then the second time I see Origin is like 10 years later at Full Terror Assault 2. And they're about to go on, and it's, you know, it's outdoor. It's an outdoor fest and everything, and it starts to like rain.
Oh, shit.
And all these people, I think we had just seen Belphegor, who they were kind of boring, and it's like I've seen Behemoth, so whatever.
Right.
But like it starts to rain, and everybody's like, meh, and they're all running back to like their campsites and shit. And Dan's like, I'm gonna fucking go see Origin. I was like, I'm gonna go fucking see Origin. And like 60 other people go see fucking Origin, and it just starts to rain. It's like pouring fucking lightning and shit, and Origin's playing. And they were kind of like behind or underneath the canopy, but like the vocalist, who was a different vocalist this time versus the first time I seen him, and he's just out in the rain with like everybody, and it was just storming, it was blowing, and fucking the lights, all the lights in the stage would go off every now and then.
Damn.
Because of the rain and shit. And then you would just see lightning like cracking like above the fucking stage shit. And it's orange, and it's just like, and like every time the vocalist that sings for Origin now, like when they do these weird stops, you know, because the drummer is just John Longstress crazy. He does, and every time he does that, Jason Keiser, the vocalist, just goes and just like does like this weird Jens Kidman like motion, and just like flails his body to these like stops, and it's just perfect.
Man, perfect time.
Cool. And it was amazing, and you could see like rain flying off. I mean, he was soaked like everybody else. It's like me and Dan still talk about this. It's like one of the funnest show experience ever. And I go back to my tent after, and my tent's full of water, and I just didn't give a shit. That was a wild ass weekend. That was the beginning.
That sounds like a better stage show than most bands fucking pay for with the lightning and stuff. That sounds fucking awesome.
It was a one-time thing that, you know, I feel like is something it would be hard to replicate.
Right.
You just have to wait for something like that to happen again. And it was just one of those things where we didn't know it was going to be that fun or that crazy. And I was soaked for days, dude, after that. My feet were still wet 2 days later. They were my bottom of my feet are rotting out, like just skin falling off my feet. Dude. And
there was probably a band named Rotting Feet or something. If I'm guessing. Rotting something.
I don't remember.
Wrong.
Not that year. No. But Cheese Grater, I think Cheese Grater Masturbation played that year.
I was going to guess Jungle Rot.
No, that was the next year. Jungle Rot played.
Damn, that would have been
We
awesome,
made that joke. We made that joke 100 fucking times that weekend. It was like, where Jungle Rot was playing the year your feet were all fucked up.
Man. Jungle Rot got some fame because their poster was in... They did a series of what was the one? Damn it! You guys are movie buffs.
Great.
I'm in good hands. Not Matthew McConaughey. What's the guy that's in The Hangover? Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper. He takes a pill. He gets super smart.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Limitless.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They did a Limitless show.
Yeah, they turned it into a series. Yeah.
And he likes death metal, the main character.
What?
Yeah, and he has a Jungle Rot poster and a bunch of death metal. You guys got to watch it.
You know, Jungle Rot's been around for like 25 years.
Oh, I know.
They're a Milwaukee band.
Yeah. I'm just saying that, again, hilarious.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the fact that there was that was the poster.
Yeah, but that's I want to be excited about that stuff, but then also it's 2022. And, I assume this is from the last 2 or 3 years.
No, this was probably a good 7 years ago.
The Limitless series has not been on that long. It's not.
No,
Limitless.
it's not been on that long. But like once the movie
it was in the movie.
came
I thought
out,
you said it was the series.
Yeah,
it is a series, and the series came out
2 or 3 years after.
Yeah, not that. So I'd say
Limitless,
about 5 years ago.
I don't think it's that old. Anyways, but now like you should start seeing stuff like that pop up because extreme metal is. There's no underground anymore. It's there.
Well, it's just like this podcast, it's underground, and Kardashian reached out to me, and she said something.
That's because we just put over how her boyfriend got shot in the head, and we were excited about it. And Fucking Suicide Squad.
I like that you're on a last name basis with whichever Kardashian. Which one was it?
It doesn't
Just
matter.
Kardashian.
Reach out.
Kardashian
We
reached
need
out.
you.
If you were telling me that, I'd be like, what? Like, if you were trying to be serious, I'd be like,
No.
I'm quitting.
Never serious. You guys know me. But keeping with the show theme, guess what? Who else had a show? We barely plugged it all.
Right.
How was your show, buddy?
I plugged. I'm wearing the AEW t-shirt.
There he is.
Me and my opponent opened the show last night in front of, I don't know, seemed like there was probably 500 people there, I think. And then live in front of, I don't know how many people on pay-per-view. Opened the show. It was a fucking fast 3.5 minutes, which I was like,
oh.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Okay.
it felt like, I mean, with our entrances, it was probably, like, I don't know, I'd probably say like 5 minutes, but we thought with how fast we're moving on, like, we'd slow down, like, at certain points. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, we went like 6, right? And then, like, when the ending happened, like, with the cover, 1, 2, 3, and I look at the ref, and the ref like raises my hand, and like, the announcer goes, at 3 minutes and 34 seconds, your winner, Shane Hollister. And I look over at Steve,
Damn,
like
that
my
was a good
opponent, and I was
announcer.
like, holy fuck, bro, that was a sprint. Like, it was fast, bro. It was like, and there was a lot packed into 3.5 minutes, dude. And like, I got in the back, and Danny, like, I'm like, that's our promoter, my trainer, and I'm like, were you happy with that? He's like, yeah, that was fucking awesome. That's how you open a fucking show. That was perfect. You told your story. It's a great cruiserweight opening. That was great. And I was like, cool. Well, if he's fucking happy, I'm fucking happy with it. Right. And I felt blown up, but like, apparently, like, to everybody else who'd watched it, it didn't look like I was blown up.
Dude, there are times when 3 minutes can feel like 3 years or
dude.
3 seconds. Like, whether it's wrestling, like, I worked in TV, so like 3 minutes, doing like a newscast. I was a camera guy for news, and like a 3-minute weather segment felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd be like, oh my God, when is this fucking over? But then I've played shows where, we do like these really long fucking intros, like the old Pit Lord intro we used to use. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, it always felt way shorter, but it was those things. You just, when you're in that spot, you don't notice how time moves.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 3 minutes to me watching a wrestling match would be, I also don't know what's going on as much as other people do. So I'm just kind of like,
right,
taking it in, you know, but yeah.
We're in the same boat. I haven't watched pro wrestling in quite some time. I'm gonna get it. I'm like, that's like on my calendar. Well, yeah. So my notes. Hey, you need to at least watch Raw or SmackDown or something like you have to.
Right,
and every time I got so many things to do with this thing.
Right.
That I'm like, that was a whole day of doing that or trying to learn that is what it is. It's like right now I'm trying to learn how to do all these things and. Again, I should still make some time and, whatever. I don't even know where to go to steal the sucker because I don't have the channel. So it's
you should just get the channel. You're not fucking poor.
Well,
just pay.
No, you're right. I don't know that because Monday Raw goes till whatever, and I don't make it past 9 anymore, guys.
We were talking about that earlier.
We were.
Can't stay up past like 10. Dude, me and Emily were up one night. Oh, it was the night of the show.
Oh,
we didn't get home. Like, dropped Bob off, and we're only an hour away from Iowa City.
Right.
We got home, and it was like 1 a.m., and we're just like, zombies, because we're both work first, second-ish shift. So, yeah, I get that.
Right.
Can't stay up past fucking 10 o'clock.
And, again, it's like... You want to watch the whole content, but you have 2 shows, so, should I be selective? Of course I'm going to be. I'm going to watch the show that Colbster's on.
Right.
Sorry.
Obviously.
Which I believe is Raw. right?
I thought he was like, well,
I could be
at
right.
this
See,
point,
that's how much I know.
I don't know how they rebranded lately. I don't know when they drafted or whatever. He might be on SmackDown, but I'm not sure.
Well, it's maybe SmackDown.
I don't feel as bad for not being able to add much to the Scott Hall discussion now. You fucking poser.
Well, yeah. I with Scott Hall, I'm not a poser because I was in love with that guy, dude.
Right.
And that dude was amazing.
Yeah.
But funny that we were talking about this. I was literally just at Hy-Vee, and I'm walking down the aisle, and I see Zach Masterson. Shout out to you, brother. Haven't seen him for a long time. He's talking, and we're just shooting the shit about the podcast and whatever's going on and stuff. And I look over, and I don't think Zach knows this, but AJ Styles was in Hy-Vee right up the street. And I'm like,
what?
That's AJ Styles. But, again, I know that. So, I don't know if Zach even looked back, but he was just standing. And it's like, dude's jacked. Like, he is jacked. And I forget that, right?
But you also, check this out.
What?
AJ's fucking shorter than me, dude.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And so, again, I wanted to walk up and be like, hey, I think, I've met, because I have met him twice.
Right.
Just said hi. I'm not a weirdo. And I'm like, I need your autograph right now. like straight up happened to him. I seen like people.
Oh, dude, I can't believe he even walked into a fucking grocery store.
Can you sign this belt?
Like,
let me go out to my car and get it.
Somebody would be like trying to walk up with a fucking piece of toilet paper. They're like, can you sign this?
Yeah.
Right. But I just wanted to be like, hey, man, I seen you that one time at that WrestleMania or whatever, and then I was like, I'm just not going to, right? If I see him again, I might, is what I told myself. So I come around, I'm like looking, I'm getting my vegetables or whatever, and I come around the corner and I see him again, and I told myself I'd say hi, but it was just an awkward thing where he comes around the corner, and I'm just big as shit, and he's just like, oh, excuse me, brother. And and he's like, oh, this big ass guy. And then I was like, oh, you're good. And then I just kept going. Even though I wanted to be like, hey, by the way, I met you before or whatever. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. What is that? When I was a kid, and maybe it's because he's not Scott Hall. Let me bring it back.
Maybe.
If Scott Hall was walking through, I don't care how older he was, I'd be like, oh, fuck, dude, you're Scott Hall, man. Holy shit.
Or you'd have been
weird
starstruck as fuck and said nothing.
And I did see Scott Hall, but he was in a wheelchair that WrestleMania. So I was like, oh, okay. Not like...
You could have asked him if he needed pushed.
Something, maybe.
Hey, man.
He had like 15 people there willing to do that job. No, literally a job. So, again, it's just like you see a person and you go, and you can't say nothing right. It's weird. I don't know if it's happened to you, but.
Okay, so I was telling this story last night about how, certain wrestling fans are just too fucking much, usually in your face and shit. And then I remember a point where I could have been that guy, but it wasn't a wrestler. And, all right, so I'll tell this story. First time I ever flew anywhere, I was on a fucking plane. It was on my way down to Florida for a wrestling tournament for the weekend. Got off the plane to kill some time. I ended up meeting up with Davey Richards, and we went to the mall there in Tampa, Florida. And I looked over at this dude. He had dreads and a birthmark on his face. And I kept thinking, I was like, dude, I fucking know that dude. And we were walking by, and I kept making eye contact with him, and it was almost like he was looking at me like shaking his head, don't come over here.
Right. And
instead of me coming over there, and it kind of hit me, and I was like, dude, that's him. That's fucking Chris Barnes, the original singer of fucking Cannibal Corpse. And I literally looked at him, and I was like, he was at a sushi dinner. It looked like, I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend, and I kept looking at him, and I'm saying, he's looking at me just don't come over, please, man. I just want to fucking eat. And I looked at him, just nodded, just kept walking. Yeah. And then later on in my head, I was like, dude, I'm positive that's him, but I had to look up a picture and where he's from. Lives in Tampa, Florida. Fucking, that was fucking.
Even though he's from Buffalo, New York.
But he lives in Tampa, Florida, though, right?
Well, yeah, most smart. I think they do as a band now. Well, he's not in the band, but Cannibal Corpse. They at some point they all relocated to Tampa, Florida.
So that was smart. Him. That was fucking crazy, dude. I was just instead of being a fucking mark, just like, bro.
Oh, dude, no. So that you started telling this story, and I was trying to think of a time where I did that, where I did the but I can't because I'm not like that.
Go ahead.
Dude, yeah.
Other than one. Okay, so I do have those stories, but where I rein myself in like right at the last second because
first time you met me. Just kidding.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't know what to think. I've already told that story.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
Like I bet this guy's mom's gonna call me a fucker the first time I meet her.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, you scared me, you fucker!
Could have been worse.
And then she fell down the stairs and ended up behind the stairs.
Yeah. That was a good night.
So no. So I've met people.
Right.
I mean, at least people that were like famous to me, which is going to be most of us. I mean, because we don't like. I mean, Chris Barnes is that's a big dude in nowadays, right?
Right.
Was nobody for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But I can't think of the most famous person I've met. I don't know. I don't remember because it just doesn't stick. But there was one time. And then another time, that same year I was telling the story, Origin, Skinless played that same fest a year or 2 years later. Okay. Me and Dan went, and we've been listening to Skinless since high school. They were like,
I believe that's another poster that's in that show, Limitless show.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And we saw Skinless and they fucking crushed. I mean, if you've not seen Skinless live, I mean, there's this hilarious photo that just popped up of the vocalist, Sherwood Weber.
What a cool name, by the way.
He's one of the coolest. This is about him. Yeah. This is about us meeting him, but there's this hilarious picture of him from the fucking 90s, and he got on, there's, the grimy, shitty, old photo. It might have been Milwaukee Metal Fest one year, but he's literally on, a little kid's bike, like a pink sort of, on stage with a microphone, and it's just the picture's just called the grind bike, and he's just right. But we went and talked to him. So the first thing he does after they play is back at the merch booth already, and so me and Dan go back there, and we're talking to him, and this dude is my height. He might be a little shorter. I think he's my height. I know. Oh, that's so short.
Lyndon is 6'8".
Let's say the guy's my height.
He's 6'8".
He's 5'4". He's exactly my height ish.
Wolverine.
And which you don't see on stage.
Right.
And we're talking to him, and I was just again, trying not to be and it's not like you're meeting Corpse Grinder. I'd never even thought of the vocalist of Skinless, right? But I thought of Skinless because I listened to him in high school so much, and you're finally meeting the voice,
right? And
the first thing I said was just dude, you're I listened to Foreshadowing Our Demise all the way through high school, and he was just oh fuck yeah. And he's just cool, right? And Dan's talking to him. Dan's saying the same thing. And Death Angel's about to play. And he goes, that's cool, man. Dan buys a flag from him, and he goes, all right, you guys want to go watch Death Angel? And we're yeah.
With you?
Yeah, let's go, dude. And then we ended up, just kind of standing around with him. But then there was another time where Pitlord played with Narcotic Wasteland, which is Dallas Wade from Nile. One of the older vocalists from Nile. He hasn't been in the band for 3 albums now, but he has a band called Narcotic Wasteland, and we played with them in Chicago. And this guy's my favorite thing about Nile for most of the time I was listening to Nile, and he's totally looks like Devin Townsend, but from South Carolina or North Carolina, whatever. They all have accents down there, anyways.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to talk to them, and I was kind of drunk. And I'm trying not to do that, right?
Not over the top,
right? And I wasn't.
I'm your fan.
But it was one of those things where I was, man, this such and such album was the best, and you were on it, and he was just oh, cool. I was yeah, and then I just walked away. I didn't talk to him for the rest of the show. I'm playing on the show, and I had no so. It's because of those things. Because most of the time, in those situations, I'm drinking or I'm fucked up on something, at least to a degree where I don't need to be talking to people I don't necessarily know, but I have a sort of idea of them already. So, somebody like that. In those situations, and I don't want to meet people, so I typically avoid it.
Right.
Also,
right.
like when you're playing on a show with those guys, they're working just like you are. So,
Right.
and they've heard it every show they've played in the last week where somebody in the local band was like, man, I'm really excited to be playing with you. Blah, 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 blah. And I don't want to do that. I would just rather just go about my business and do what we're there to do and be happy that we're on the show.
Well, you have to also have a level of focus because you're about to do something.
Right.
So it's like, hey,
I don't need to stand there
second.
and think about like how I'm going to impress this guy who's not even going to remember that he played.
Which I guarantee is the same for you, Shug, because you're like, I got to go do my business, bro.
Right. Yeah. All the time. Yeah.
It's hard. It sucks. And it's really, really hard to not kind of freak out on people like that. And I don't like to be that guy, but I'm prone to it just like anybody else is, just maybe not to like the level of like craziness.
Oh, wrestling fans.
Oh, man.
Dude, come on. Wrestling fans are fucking
Dude, everybody I've known, listen, including both of you, everybody I've ever known that's been into wrestling is fucking psychotic.
Right, yeah.
So,
Including us.
Or we're psychroptic. Either way, we're something. We're definitely something.
Whatever.
Either way.
But anyways, like, all right, so, all right, again, kind of something like Lyndon, but being on the same show with somebody fucking huge, but check this shit out. I don't even know if you know this, Logan, or obviously Lyndon probably doesn't either. We had Vader come in before he passed away, and we did a 6-man tag.
Vader bomb!
It's Vader time!
I don't know who that is.
Vader used to come out with a mastodon mask that would blow smoke out of it. Dude, it was
Vader was
awesome.
the red mask. Big, huge guy with
big
a
as
singlet.
Fuck, dude.
You don't remember that?
No.
Dude, and he was a bad motherfucker, wrestled in Japan, was way over in Japan, actually got his eyeball knocked out of his fucking head during a match and
Put that
pushed it
sucker back in, right?
That's not even a lie, that's real. Like, he broke his orbital bone and he pushed his eye back in. Anyways, so I'm like, all right, we got Vader on the show. That's cool. Come to find out, I'm going to be one of his tag partners. And I'm like trying not to mark the fuck out. But like me and Merrick Brave come to the ring first, and then Vader's music hits, and full blown fucking Mark moment fucking goes off in my mind. And me and Merrick Brave are losing our shit.
Yeah.
Watching him come to the ring, Merrick Brave just fucking shoves me like hard as fuck, and it's loud like he chopped me in the fucking chest. And like, he's like, fuck yeah! I was like, dude, we're not supposed to cuss, but shit.
Why?
Dude, just because we wrestled in front of a bunch of kids and shit, you know? So
I'm
like,
sure their fucking shithole parents probably cussing.
Well, I'm sure.
100%.
But like,
That's a weird rule.
But like, I mean, there are kids that like come to shows that their parents are like, you know
Normal.
what? We keep telling everybody it's a PG show, so we can't fucking
Which really
walk
sucks.
out of
I didn't know that was a thing. Well,
it's easier that way if you want to pack a house for like a smaller company like AEW. Nothing but a fucking adult. Sure. I didn't see one fucking child in that show last night. Not one.
I mean, they are children. They're just in an adult
Just
body.
adults. Yeah.
That's a good point.
All right.
Okay. I wasn't aware that was a thing.
But
you're
anyways,
good.
like that moment, like where like I felt my buddy marking out with me. So I was like, because like as kids, I'm gonna be in the ring with Vader. When the fuck did you ever think that would ever fucking happen in your life?
Right.
And like, I was just like, dude, Vader's my tag partner in this fucking match. How fucking crazy is that? And like, I didn't mark out. I walked up and was very nice to him in the back. We're putting our match together. And like, there were so many times just like walking away. I was like, dude, that's fucking Vader, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't, you know, like I was just like, I don't want him to think I'm a fucking mark. Like,
Hell yeah.
you know, and mark term is, for Lyndon,
I feel like I know.
you
what
kind of
mean,
know,
yeah.
like the people who fucking love wrestling.
It's a fanboy.
It's a fanboy.
By the way, nothing wrong with being a mark.
Nothing.
I
We
was
love
a mark
it, actually.
for sure. And again, I have to, I have plenty of these stories of marking out, man. I mean, literally, as a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, I don't even know what the hell I was. When we seen the wrestlers at Gold's Gym with Chris Jericho being the coolest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
At Gold's Gym. And walking up and just saying, "Hey guys, what do you listen to? Oh, Shadows Fall? Oh, like he's a metal guy.
Yeah.
So he was like, me and Derek talked to him about metal for like way too long. He was supposed to be there working out.
Did he also make fucking fun of you because him and Derek had matching boots? And you were like,
he made fun of us the whole time. He was super cool.
You guys have same boots. No, I remember Derek telling me this. And he was like, you guys have same boots. He's like, and Derek was like, Derek says that Jericho looked at Logan and goes, you must have been awesome at the matching game. And I was like, dude, I would have laughed so fucking hard.
That's the memory on Derek and you, because I don't remember that. Yeah. What I remember is, like, especially, him calling somebody for us randomly just to tell this girl that Mike loved her. And, like, he was just cool. Like, he just was like, hey, what are you doing? All right, let's hang out at the bar thing that's there at Gold's Gym and talk about metal. And of course, I'm telling him I want to be in a band and I want to do this. And I want to do... I told him I want to be in a band and I want to be a pro wrestler at the same time. And he's like, that's what I do. And we clicked.
Right.
But again, amazing. But there is like a point where, of course, I was a huge mark with that. But there's a point where it's just like, you're too cool.
But you also,
right. Because he was about to hook us up with front row tickets for just talking to him about metal. We already had Lyndon, we already had the front row tickets.
But again,
so I go, hey man, you're gonna hand. I know. Hold on. There's a literal picture, but I'm just saying, like, I'm going, hey man, we already got front row tickets, and I'm an insane person about you, and I don't even know what to say right now. And he's just like, you've said a bunch, and it was great. Keep being you. He's just like very, he just knows. Because it was insane.
Right.
But go ahead.
But again, it was probably refreshing that you didn't come up to him and just mark the fuck out for being a pro wrestler. You walked up to him and asked him what he was listening to instead of being like, oh my God, you're fucking Chris Jericho.
I didn't ask him. He came up to me because I had my Metallica and Justice for All shirt.
Oh.
I think. It's not mine. That was Brez. I stole it.
Yeah.
And Derek had some sort of badass shirt, right? And Derek had Shadows Fall CD, and I was working out to it.
Right.
And I said, have you listened to Shadows Fall? And then he just went on hey, man, that's cool that you guys like cool stuff.
See? And again,
super cool.
It wasn't like it was a fucking wrestling talk because, like, most of the time, like, even talking with...
But I was there to creep on him.
Right.
So I got to be real. I was there. We were there. Me, Colby.
Skipping
the
school.
Fucking WWE champion now, Colbster. We were there to creep on these motherfuckers. We wanted to know what they did. Like, we were into it. I mean, we just... And we wanted... This is insane to say, but think about how funny this is that we thought that... I think... If we went out into the backyard of Gold's Gym and showed them that we could wrestle, they'd put us on the car.
I get it.
I mean, literally.
In your mind, you know what I mean?
We were just like, and again, that
kids,
picture.
Dude, fucking kids, man.
That picture that's signed is EHW, which is us, in our glorious moment. I think that was me winning because I'm better than EHW's God. Anyway, the point is, Cyclone forever. But there was a point where I wanted to mark out, especially seeing Chris Benoit is another one.
Jesus Christ!
When I was 4 feet away from him working out, and veins were everywhere.
Yeah, there was like in his face. Human being, dude.
And I just wanted to be like, bro, how did you do that? And show me exactly how you did that, because there was a part of me that was like, I want to be larger than life, right? In the last episode, I was talking about that. But the point is like we have this perception of these people, and then they over-exceed it. It was really cool. I mean, we did have the moment there where, and you might not know who this is, but, Eddie Guerrero's, Chavo Guerrero came up. Sorry, Chavo, you actually did have really good words. At the time, I was disrespected. He walked up to me and Chris Jericho's getting everyone to sign it like a boss.
Right.
He's like, sign this. He goes, I'm not signing that shit. Oh, you guys are doing backyard wrestling? That's bullshit. What are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself. And Chris Jericho goes, dude, these guys are super good, man. They're good. Don't worry about it.
I think you're making this shit up right now.
No. It was literally a weird thing at the protein bar. It wasn't an actual bar.
I know what you're talking about. I know the place.
I just remember being like, I'm a kid. I don't know what to say. I'm not going to say shit. And that was the right decision.
Right.
Because they're adults. And then...
but fuck that. If that's the truth, fuck him.
Well, and again, I think
how the fuck else are you supposed to?
Because
yes, but no.
Well, he said you're doing that dumb shit. I think this is what he said.
It's dumb because
correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, what they do is dumb.
Well,
I mean, realistically, but
realistically,
what you do is dumb.
Yeah, no, but hang on, listen, he's not. It's not too far off.
I'm not saying stupid. I mean, dumb and dangerous. Obviously.
Yeah, but the what Chavo's saying is like.
Correct.
Because WWE,
do it in the ring, you idiots.
WWE had been thrown with so many fucking lawsuits of kids like fucking paralyzing each other or breaking each other's fucking arms or legs.
Yeah, kids that want to do what they do.
Right.
How the fuck else? What do you expect is going to happen?
Right, but there are places to go to get trained.
True.
That's true. That's true.
Not everywhere.
Not when you're 13.
Not if. Well,
they're not going to train
not if you live in. Does you think there's one in like Duluth, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, now there's one literally downtown.
Is there? Do you know that for a fact?
Duluth, Minnesota. I mean, there's multiple places to train in Minnesota, I guarantee.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Brock Lesnar actually trained in Minnesota before he was on fucking TV.
Bad. That was just a city in my head. Right. But I think that's I get it, but also that's annoying.
It can be
because
it's like I mean, on Lyndon's aspect is like somebody's like, well. Did you
playing in fucking garage shows? You fucking retard.
No, that too. Or like, did you actually have did somebody actually teach you how to play the bass?
Right, and you don't run into that with music as much. I guess you don't.
I mean, not so much. Not but again, that's kind of like what with wrestling. It's like, did you teach yourself or did you
Sure.
With pro wrestling, it's like they want you. They don't. And also, though, to back it up, is he saying it's dumb because if you do ever get on fucking TV, they tell you when you're young to save your bumps. And I think of it now at a 35-year-old man after doing this for fucking, 15, 16 years of even with a break, my body hurts, dude.
Oh,
and if I was being dropped on my head and neck and fucking body all over the ground all the time for as long as you guys did, Colby had to have neck surgery when he was in Ring of Honor. Dude, you know what I mean?
Is there? I mean, how many? What's the percentage of wrestlers, whether you are at that level or not,
right?
That have had to have surgeries and things and have things
a lot
years later.
Very true.
I don't feel like there's anybody that doesn't have something.
Right, but again, with backyard wrestling, you're taking away from your own career.
Totally. Well, sure, but man. I just have this thing, and we were talking about it the last episode or the two episodes ago where those guys were shitty with you guys at Lumpy's, that band.
Oh, yeah.
That was on the page.
That band that
going to be on the Patreon, I'm sorry, but yeah, go ahead.
I have such an issue with, either older or established, people in that art form.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it be wrestling or music. Discouraging younger people from doing it for however they're doing it, whether it's dangerous or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, this is because of you.
Right.
In
a way, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I get the point of yes, the way you're doing it is dangerous. I mean, but also those schools that you go and get trained for, you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry. People, if they're going to do it, they're going to figure out a way to do it. You can say, hey, you should be careful and you should be mindful about how you do things and make sure that you don't get fucking injured. And yet you still have professional guys on the top level getting injured regardless.
True.
And and that is a story too, right? You're telling me a story from your perspective. It may not have happened exactly like that.
Hell no. I have the worst memory ever. I'm going to get
so I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to shit on this one specific wrestler who I don't know. I know Eddie Guerrero.
Chavo Guerrero did say, you guys do this stupid shit.
Yeah, but also fuck him and just sign the shit. Just sign the shit for the fucking kids,
here's
you
what I'm
idiot.
Telling you. What I'm telling you.
Piece of shit, fuck. Just sign the shit.
Chris Jericho said, bro, calm down.
And
they have to start somewhere, right? We all started somewhere. He was just our bro the whole time. We literally sat with that motherfucker for hours.
Yeah, you really did. I
And
remember
you know
hearing
what?
this
You know
whole
what?
thing.
Yeah.
I assume Chris Jericho's probably super cool dude, and that's
Yeah.
probably bit him in the ass so many times. But he's probably so cool.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, I guarantee
and you
he's had
love
fucking
Fozzy.
people
But he doesn't-
bother him more than he needs.
Right.
And you love his band Fozzy.
No, he
It's the
doesn't.
fucking
No, he
most
doesn't.
annoying band name.
But again, it was like a comical
I don't care,
thing.
though.
It was a comical thing when it started, but like they've had some pretty catchy songs.
Dude, listen, I
already know
can
Shug's
hate
about
on
to
it
say
to an
it.
extent to where it's like, whatever, but people like it.
Yeah, they do.
There's probably more
This
people
is
listen
where
to
I go,
Fozzy
hey.
than any band I've ever done, so I'm not gonna whatever.
Like
you were saying in the last episode,
Oh, yeah.
you can't deny it's winning.
You can't deny.
Right.
I won't.
If it's fucking winning, it's winning.
I can say that I don't like it. And
Yeah,
I think
you can
it's
say personally.
dorky, but I like his. I've never had anything against Chris Jericho. He didn't fuck me up in No Mercy like Kurt Angle did. Over and over and
Video
over.
game.
Also, Chris Benoit.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
he lost in the end, but
wow,
Jesus.
it wasn't just him.
No.
Let's just say this, and this is true. Chris Jericho is looking for a bass player for Fozzy. I don't know if you have the talent.
It's only can't afford.
It's only
it.
$50,000 a week.
It's probably so good. It's probably so. I had one offer one time from somebody who was. It was a band. They were like kind of like Mushroom Head. They were kind of like new metal, but they were like
that's you.
You'll get like
Mushroom Head.
it was. I forget the amount of money you'd get for the tour. It was substantial, but it wouldn't have paid for anything while I was not working. You know?
Oh, so then it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't gonna be worth it,
Yeah.
but also it was like the guy that was asking me about it was like, it's kind of not really your thing, but you'll get paid, you know, this and this and this, and I was
Right.
just like, nah.
Yeah, if you're not gonna stay
it's-
home and do what you want to do and make the same fucking money at your
work
job.
and pay rent and stuff, I wasn't gonna be able
And
to.
that's called authenticity. You just said, I don't think I want to
Well,
do that.
yeah,
if it's
and
not my
I
shit.
probably wouldn't have did it if I would have been able to afford it anyways, just because I was like,
But would you do it
connected
upon
with stuff
the
that I like.
awakening?
Huh?
Would you do it upon the awakening of the next day?
Is that supposed to be a joke?
He literally
kind of a
covered
joke.
Kill Switch Engage. It was great.
Yeah, we
And I
covered it.
don't
Wasn't
care
all
what he
right.
says.
I don't think
He was
any
in a
other band around
band.
here covered a Kill Switch song, so
No,
Yeah,
fuck,
it's true.
suck it.
I'm
Nobody
jealous.
else did.
This
Nobody
is
else
me
has.
making.
We probably didn't do it great, but
Lyndon literally had a band called Upon the Awakening. I went to it. It was at Lumpy's, and I'm not gonna lie, man, they fucking did really good. So I don't care. I don't care what anybody says.
it was okay. I have had a couple people.
Who was the vocalist?
Adrian, he sings in a band called As Big of a Mouse, and from the at the mouth of the river around here.
Full circle.
At
I
the
seen
mouth of the river?
Eric.
At the mouth of the river. You've seen them.
I seen Eric.
Is that a at the mouth of the river? Is that a fucking like that's an Casey Stray song?
What?
Like
I think
yeah,
he
it
likes
is,
the
yeah.
string.
Shug. I literally seen the guitar player Eric at Hy-Vee, As Big as Mouse. So it's full circle. It's
I don't
weird.
know everybody
Really?
that's in that band. I just know Adrian.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
You know.
But Upon the Awakening was good. I got in that band because I wasn't doing music and I was doing drugs. And
Hey man, you know
being
what?
in a
Fuck
band
it.
is what kept
How
that from
much
happening.
did drugs
so.
pay? Same as music?
Nothing at all at the time.
Yeah,
Same
you
as
just
I could have
fucking
figured it
lose
out.
it.
it
Same as
probably would.
music. The point is, man, you meet these people, and especially larger than life people. And I do have one more story with that, and we'll quit because you know it does seem like bragging. And I want to say straight up, thank you, Colbster, for everything you've allowed me to do. I have one story, and
I have one to ask you about after you tell this story because I
Okay.
know of one story that's I always think is hilarious, but it's about you.
Okay. We'll get to
Oh,
that.
did I just
Keep
throw
it
you
in
off?
mind.
Did I just throw you off?
No, you're good.
Okay.
We're sitting in, I believe this is New York for WrestleMania, whatever, because I don't know. Numbers just go out of my head now. Anyway, so having a great time. Of course, I'm having more of a great time than everybody else, as usual, per usual. And I'm down in the lobby, and there's a lot of wrestlers. One of them being The Undertaker, which was cool to see how big he is in real life because he's way bigger than me. And he just passed through. And I'm ordering a cheeseburger. That's what I was like. I ordered a cheeseburger. And I'm sitting down, and the lobby it's like an L couch, you know? Like you don't have like a general area, like not tables. It's just like a huge couch is what this is. And we're sitting there with a bunch of our buds, and I don't even remember really. I was pretty smoked. It's like 6 p.m. and I'm already like, hey guys, let's keep going. Anyway, so I get this cheeseburger because I need it to soak up some fun.
Dude, that's like the best, actually. Soak up some fun.
That's the episode name. Soak up some fun,
brother.
Soak up some fun.
Wanna soak up some fun. Wanna tell everyone. Anyway, so I look over and I go, that's Bret the fucking Hitman Hart. And he walks up and he sits literally on the other side. Okay, so if I'm here, and this person's here, this is the table right here. He sits right there, where he's just looking at me, basically.
Holy fuck.
And I'm drunk as fuck, trying to act like I'm not, all of a sudden, because I just don't want to embarrass myself with Bret the fucking Hitman Hart there.
Right.
I love Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, like, straight up, I'm like, so I get this big-ass burger when he sits down, and I can tell he's high as fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty
his
sure
eyes are out of his skull, bro.
I'm pretty sure he likes
his eyes are like Lyndon if you could see him, but he's got a fucking big old thing. And he just looks at me, and he just sees the burger, and he goes, tell me if that's good or not.
That's what he said to you? For real?
And I smashed that shit like I do everything.
Yeah, like gone in like 5 fucking
8
seconds.
And he goes, oh, was it good? I said, that shit's really good. You need to get that.
No, it was shitty, and I just smashed it that fast.
And he goes, I'm going to order that. I said, all right. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I want to ask him so many things. And it's just like what we were talking earlier. I don't want to be a mark. I don't want to be this weirdo.
Was it really cool when you took that picture in front of those mountains and all acid wash denim? Was that amazing?
Oh, dude, that picture is
That's
fucking
the
cool.
greatest promo picture of any, whether it was wrestling or music or whatever. I don't give a shit. Dude, it was the best thing I've ever seen.
Have you seen this meme?
You'll
never be cooler than Bret Hart in acid wash jeans, acid washed fucking denim jacket, and fucking ice mountains behind him, bro. It's fucking awesome.
If Canada was
the wrong guy was there.
if Canada was a person,
it is definitely Bret Hart.
Okay, so I go, hey man, I just actually I had just a general conversation. He asked me where I was from. He said, "Where you from, sir?" Called me sir, like super nice guy. I'm like, well, I'm from Iowa. We're from Iowa. We're actually here supporting our brother Colby. Seth Rollins. Oh yeah, he's good. He's good. He's a good wrestler. He's like just being super nice. You know, he's got his family with him and shit. And I'm trying not to like take away from their conversation. Right. I'm actually trying to put my body language this way.
Right.
And then there was just this weird feeling I got. It was like somebody like, I don't know. It's like that when the hair of the back of the neck, it just stands up. And I go, dude, you're fucking Bret the Hitman Hart. And I just said that. Yeah, I didn't give a flying fuck. I just said, dude, you're fucking Bret the Hitman Hart. And I just shook his hand, and he goes, oh, okay. I was wondering if you're a fan or not. And I was like, you like changed my life, I think. I don't know. I'm a musician, so and then he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, listen to my dumb bullshit of being a mark all of a sudden. I wasn't a mark, and then I was like, I'm going to be a mark. And it might have been a shot. Like, literally, I think I got a shot, and I took it, and then I was like, I'm going to be a mark, man.
Man, but also, like, like somebody like him, as much as you can be embarrassed about it, if it's Bret the fucking Hitman Hart, he should be able to handle that.
Dude, and you know
what? He should be able to handle that, man.
Dude, and the fact that he had a, like, regular straight-up conversation with you before... like you marked out or fucking like fanboyed out or whatever.
About the hamburger. I would have started talking about the hamburger again. But, like just to unrail it. Like I've been like, oh, I better bring the hamburper back.
Right. That cheeseburger was fucking fantastic. Like
I'd get it again. That's when I trail off into nothing. I'm like, I gotta go. I just turn around and leave.
Dude,
see ya. Have a good show.
It's gone.
The one time I didn't hold back.
Yeah.
And I was just breaking into the business. Senior year, I was being trained as pro wrestler. Killswitch Engage played out at QC Live.
That was a great night. I was
fucking
there.
dude.
I loved it.
Adam D's out signing your ticket or whatever, and I bought a zip up. Dude, I wish I still had that zip up Killswitch Engage.
Oh, I remember that.
Fucking awesome, dude. Somewhere along the way, I fucking lost it. But I walked up to him.
I gave it to your exes.
Yeah, probably.
In Texas. Go ahead.
So I walked up to him. And just fucking fanboyed out like a motherfucker. I was like, your music has changed my fucking life, man.
Hilarious.
I fucking love you.
Did this.
And I hugged him like a weird motherfucker.
No, it's not weird though. But this thing is like, dude, look, I'm nobody, right? Like, and I've had people, but we've probably both had people say that to us,
right? Yeah.
For what we
real.
do,
yeah,
and it's just not a better feeling in the world.
It's true,
right?
Yeah.
And if somebody like Adam D, who should fucking thank his goddamn lucky stars that he ever gets to hear that ever, because I do,
right?
And you do,
yeah.
And if they want to be the opposite and they want to be shitty about it,
dude, Adam D was
fucked.
Yeah,
they can get fucked, right. Dude. Be happy that what you're doing impacts somebody like that much. Now, if it would have been, if Logan in that Hitman Hart situation would have been like, oh God, and you're putting your arm around him and you're like slapping your hamburger all over him, then plenty of reason to be annoyed and you know, not want to talk to people ever. But man, like, dude, I had somebody tell me that like the music that like Pit Lord did like got him through like, you know, 6 months of hard shit, and he wanted to kill himself and all this stuff.
Dude.
And I was like, we sing about eating and grilling meat.
Maybe
you know? I mean, I didn't say that to him, but I was like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, somebody, you told me, or Bruh told me this story, and it might have been the same WrestleMania. You guys went to WrestleMania, and when you met Vince McMahon for like a second, that's like one of my favorite stories about you.
Meet him?
Yo, it sounds like you met him for half a second.
Okay, well, you want me to go on that?
No. Let's hear Lyndon's side of the story.
Well, I can only tell it. I can only tell it, and I think it was Bruh that told me this story, but it was you guys are walking.
Yep.
Down the hallway in the hotel, whatever. And Vince McMahon walks by you guys and doing Vince McMahon's thing. He's like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Because that's his voice.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
and you are you have beer with you? You're walking with like a case of beer?
Nope.
And no?
It was the biggest cup I could get in New Orleans, WrestleMania. Of a Beta beer, which is local, and it's like a fucking huge thing. Right. Go ahead.
So, anyways, ignorant as fuck, as I would put it.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon walks by and he's like, "How you guys doing?" And you're like, "Doing pretty fucking good, bud." And then you guys just walk by, and Bro goes, "Dude, you just told a fucking billionaire that you're doing pretty fucking good."
No, he goes, "You just called a billionaire bud."
Which is exactly how every interaction with somebody like that should be.
Exactly.
You know, when I meet somebody like that, I want them to think that guy didn't give a fuck who I am.
Right.
Thank God. Like,
dude,
bro,
like the Bret Hart thing, like
so much of a fuck. I was just drunk as fuck. Right. Hey guys, that's the end of the episode. Crazy one, huh? Go to the Patreon if you want to hear the actual story, or my side of the story, about seeing Vince McMahon and calling him Bud. There's some more stories, obviously. And if you are a Patreon patron, you will get the extras content every week. I'd like to say rest in peace, Scott Hall. And thank you guys for watching the episode. Till next week, cheers.